So prior to recording, I brought this up, but I never got to actually say it. So could I do it as the cold open? Just tell y'all my favorite line from Frasier.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So there's this bit, and it's from Niles. So like, it's perfect. And Niles just says, Frasier, if less is more, just imagine how much more can be. And that's just so
good.
perfect. And it's
That's
so
incredible.
good.
It's also indicative of the Junk House.
It's a psychobilly freak out.
What's that song?
That's a good Mythical Morning theme song.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, did Caleb do it? Did we have a new theme?
No, I'm still okay. No, okay, hold on. I know we have other stuff to talk about, but I just want to address this right now.
Address it.
I am having such a writer's block when it comes to music. Like, I sit down, and if it's not like sitting down on a guitar and playing something by the band Genesis, it's just not happening in my head right now.
Caleb, would you like us to assist?
That would be
ideas.
That would be great.
Okay, because I've got a vibe in mind that we could just tool around with and see what happens.
Why not? Let's try it.
Okay.
Do you want to give it to me like now in the recording, or do you want to do this off air or something?
I feel like, I don't think it's going to be funny. I think it'll just, because we quit being funny when we're actually like trying to do artistic things. We really kind of zone in. I don't think it'll be entertaining for the people.
Then let's move on to funny stuff. Let's move on to greener pastures.
Yeah.
The vibe is smashing the campground, you know? Like lots of pots and pans and things and sounds, and that's the vibe I've got in my head. A lot of clatter. A clatter that resolves into music. But now we can move on.
I got an inspo I can show after.
Okay. So I'm an avid player of a game called Marvel Snap, as you know. Yesterday, Marvel Snap did the update that transferred it into the new card acquisition system that people have been campaigning, like begging, please, fix card acquisition. Your game is awesome. I cannot get cards fast enough.
Yeah.
And I view this update as an unmitigated win. Now, granted, I'm a very enfranchised player who was almost collection complete, but after the update and the free pack they give, when that hits our inboxes, I will be collection complete.
Hell,
I will have every card in the game.
Sick.
So I view this update as a full win. It's letting them make more cards and make cards that don't have to be as pushed. They're allowed to just make cards because with the old system, they release one card a week. It's very resource intensive to get the card.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to make cards worth getting and worth spending resources on, which meant they had to push their power a lot. But now with the new system and the packs that they've moved to, cards can just be cards and don't have to be pushed. And they can release more into the lower series of cards. So it's pretty exciting. But just to put it in perspective, yesterday, your average is one card a week in Marvel Snap. Maybe 2 or 3 if you're earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday, I acquired...
He's counting. He's counting a lot.
I see a lot of lip movement.
I acquired 15 cards yesterday.
That was going to be my guess. No joke. If you had us a guess, it was going to be 15.
And to add an extra twist into this, they released the new system, and then immediately to show off the system, they released 3 new Series 4 cards. So Series 5 is like the best of the best, and Series 4 is just like solid but not crazy. They released 3 new cards unannounced, just dropped them into the packs
Yo.
for people to get. And it was just thrilling because now it's like 4 new cards in 1 week. They're all kind of part of the move archetype, so you get to like there's a lot of experimentation going on. It's very exciting at the moment. The world is thrilling.
Could I make a guess
Totally
as to
looking up.
something that's going on?
Yes.
I imagine that even though you view this as an unmitigated success, there are some people who are being very not great and saying that this is ruining the game because now
yeah.
people can get cards.
Well, yes, and some people, most of Marvel Snap is in agreement that more cards is better.
Right.
But you have people who the real thing they're mad about is now Second Dinner is releasing more cards. So where we went from 1 card a week and then a season pass and maybe an extra card in a game mode that appeared that was like a weaker card. Now it is 1 card every week, season pass, and then whatever else they decide to pepper in. And we don't have an idea yet of what that cadence will be like. So
yeah.
like this season went from 6 cards to 9 cards in the blink of an eye. Well, no, 10, because they released another Series 4 card in a game mode. So like some people have reservations that more releases means it will be even harder to get collection complete. But my stance on that is that a Second Dinner made it very clear from the jump that the game is not about being complete. Like they never intended for anyone to own every card.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
they intend for you to have a lot of cards and be able to play different things. And the new system makes it easier for you to just target and buy outright the cards you want. You don't have to rely on RNG. You can just wait for the card
That's
to
great.
roll into your shop and then buy it outright for a little bit more. Like you don't get the discount that rolling the packs gives you, but you can buy any card outright far easier now.
I mean, it's the
You
same
can-
thing as like in Magic,
Yeah.
buying a single may be more expensive than buying a pack, but that
But you're not
guarantees you get the card instead
Yep.
of risking buying a pack and getting nothing but commons.
The Gamba.
So as a card game veteran who spends $10 a month on this game, I was chill with waiting a long time to be this collection complete. I had enough cards to make decks. There is a friction point for an early player when they get out of Series 3. They just kind of get tossed into the deep end of the ladder. Like there's only one ladder. And so if you're a decent player with a low collection, you get into games where you're far outmatched pretty quick. And that's a friction point. But even then, the new system lets them target cards that they want way easier as well. Like you can outright buy a card a week without random chance. And if you're willing
That's
to
pretty
roll, you can buy 2 or 3 cards a week. And then the packs have a chance of giving you extra cards whenever you purchase them. So it's like, I view the system as a win. I think most of the complainers want a free-to-play game where they can have everything in the game. It's like the biggest, loudest voices are free-to-play players who refuse to invest financially and expect to have full run of everything in the game. And that's frankly just silly to me.
Yeah. That's
Like-
a little weird.
Right, like it's like me going up to Magic the Gathering and being mad I have to buy cards. Like
Yeah,
I don't
right.
understand what you expected to happen. Like every card game with booster packs or anything like that on a level is pay to win. Spend money, get more cards, we get better cards.
Yeah.
What you do
That's
with
just
them is
the
different.
nature.
That's the nature of a game like this. So most of the complaints I just don't even care about anymore. The other system had valid complaints. This one I view no real complaints. Especially if the max they release in a new season is like 10 cards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mhm.
think it'll flood the market in the way. I don't think it'll flood the game in the way people are worried about. It will let them do more silly, weird designs and less powerful designs.
Yeah. But talking about Magic the Gathering, they're doing something a little weird. It's not the.
They're doing.
I guess it's a little strange, but it makes
What
sense.
are they doing?
So there's a new set coming out. There's a new world universes beyond. I've learned all of this from Prof from Tolarian Community College.
Prof is a very good source.
Incredible guy. So they're coming out with a new Universe Beyond that's Spider-Man.
Okay.
Sick,
Okay.
awesome, fun, right?
I sleep.
I thought it was just Commander Deck
because
stuff.
of Disney and Marvel. They can't have the cards digitally. So what they are doing is for the entire set, they are having 2 different versions of every single card. The Spider-Man version and one that has a different name and a different art.
Yep.
And that's like in paperback.
Universes Within, I think is what they call that sometimes.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Yeah. It's going to be extra confusing. That's literally all I'm bringing it up for. Is just be like, hello, Magic the Gathering. Thank you. And Disney.
So they started when they did Universes Beyond for the first like couple secret layers, and it was The Walking Dead, and people were mad about these mechanically unique cards that have no magic skin.
Yeah.
Wizards committed to publishing Universes Within, where they reskin the Universes Beyond cards as magic cards, and they did it like 3 times. They did it with the Stranger Things cards. They did it with Walking Dead. Like they did it a couple times.
They did it with Street. I think if it was so far, the pattern has been if it was like a set that was a secret layer of mechanically unique cards, they'll reprint them.
But whenever they started
Magic
doing
skin.
actual sets like Lord of the Rings, they were like, no, we're not doing a full repeat of the exact set, but with magic skins. That's just not happening. So with like Assassin's Creed, Final Fantasy, these things have no Universes Within because, and really what it's come down to, it seems, is it's about rights. They can get the rights to have those cards digitally. So they are not doing Universes Within. But because Spider-Man and that IP, they don't have digital rights, then they have to have fully newly named cards to release digitally that will not be available physically.
Yeah.
So 2 players playing like Modern, or no, it'd be Legacy. 2 players playing Legacy on like online will have a deck with cards with one set of names and skins, and then playing Paper would have a completely different set of names and skins.
So much. And this isn't just a secret layer, like you're saying. This is a full set.
I have not played Magic in a hot minute now. And it's not that I think the game is bad. I think they're just doing way too much. And it's starting to degrade in quality. And it's just, I think that's just, but that's like how everything is. It's kind of like, it's similar. Well, I mean, ironically, it's similar to the Marvel movies. I don't think the movies themselves are like horrible movies, but they're doing too much and it's starting to feel like it's degrading in quality. And it's stuff that people don't connect with as much.
I think there's a couple things at play here that are nuanced and complicated.
Yep.
One being that, frankly, Caleb, you and I started playing Magic when it hadn't changed in this way. And to us, Magic will always be what it was. And so these changes make the game feel like it's lost its identity.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people who played Magic a decade before we started felt the same when we got in. So I feel like part of it is just, frankly, nostalgia and expectation.
Agreed.
But the other part of it is capitalism. Just unfettered
Capitalism.
growth, profit, profit, profit. Fortnite. Everything's got to be Fortnite. But then
You could be Sabrina Carpenter now.
Right, yeah. I tap Sabrina Carpenter to cast espresso. Like,
Giving me plus
What is
2
this world?
energy to my energy pool. Like,
yeah. I feel like the other aspect of this, though, is that Universes Beyond, like, I still keep up with Mark Rosewater because he is the best honest mouthpiece for Magic who's consistently answering questions. And he's an honest person. I genuinely believe when he says something, he means it.
mm-hmm.
Universes Beyond has been performing exceptionally. Like, on all their metrics, gameplay, and, you know, from even enfranchised players, some of the sets have been misses, but some of the stuff has been really good. And really worth playing. And, like, even this year, you know, they went from mid sets with, like, Aether Drift into Tarkir Dragonstorm, which everybody universally loves.
Right.
So I feel like the mojo's not gone. It is more hit or miss now because they're trying more things and seeing what sticks in a way that they were never incentivized to do before.
Mm-hmm.
And they're overcomplicating mechanically with, like, exterior mechanics.
I think also,
For
like, Cordell knows this about me. I'm kind of what they call a Vorthos player. I like the story behind the cards and, like, why they work the way they work and, you know, stuff like that. So I'm not going to lie. Part of me gets extremely angry, like, for a game when I sit down against somebody and their commander is SpongeBob SquarePants. Like, part of me is just like, this is so stupid. Like, Lord of the Rings kind of made sense. You know, it's a fantasy setting. It's the one that everyone based all their stuff off of. I still don't love it because there's a lot of really good characters in Magic story that have similar ideas and concept, like similar drives to the ones in Lord of the Rings. So, like, why did we not just stick to the Magic story? But I also know that that's a losing battle for us Vorthos lovers. So,
to counterpoint, Caleb, you loved the Doctor Who Commander decks.
that's true.
That also makes sense though, because dimensional travel.
Yeah.
Well, SpongeBob's real, so I don't know what we're talking about here.
Well,
he's down there.
Okay, yes. That is being said, I am also open to being a hypocrite sometimes. So,
well, and I think that's the real thing. Is like, oh, sorry, you go, Caleb.
Sorry, I just realized it's also, I actually don't mind the Doctor Who decks, not because it's just because I love Doctor Who, even though I do. And the new season kicks ass. I'm not like, this might be this last episode that came out might be the best episode we've had since, like, Eccleston.
Nothing but bangers this season. It's been crazy.
Nothing but bangers. You would like it, Cordell. But they were just Commander decks, and Commander is more of a format that seems like it makes more sense with, like, expression. You know, like, Commander is more of an expressive format, in my opinion. Like, that's one where it's like, this is a bad deck, but I have fun playing it. Cool. That's perfectly fine. But, like, when they're saying, hey, Assassin's Creed is modern legal, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Because then that's also involving people who were real in Magic.
Yeah, you can play Da Vinci. I think you can cast Leonardo da Vinci.
You can cast Leonardo da Vinci and create ornithopters. So.
I think that does hammer home the point, though, of, like, no one's gonna fully agree. Like, you and I even draw the lines in different spots for, like, because I was chill with the Warhammer Commander decks, you know. Yeah, I was chill with the Doctor Who, but then everything after that started to feel like too much. And you know, there will be people who will pick up Magic because they can play Assassin's Creed cards.
Mm-hmm.
There will be people who pick up the game because they can play SpongeBob SquarePants. They can have SpongeBob as a commander. And I don't understand that, but I don't think the game is just going to die like some people act. I think Magic's going to stay alive. It will just it's fundamentally a different IP than when I got in.
If I may, Magic, as I fell in love with it, is dead. It is a new beast. Because now it is, there were jokes about it in the beginning with the Universes Beyond, but now it is pretty much the Fortnite of card games. Like, there is, like, I will not be surprised. Like, now, it used to be when they announced, like, hey, we're doing Stranger Things card. I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. That's really fun. Now, when they announce, hey, we're doing Final Fantasy, I groan. I'm like, okay, like, what else? Frankly, what other shit can we force into this?
This is where my parents died, Raphael.
Yeah, this is where my parents.
That's kind of what it is.
Cowabunga, like that's what it. Yeah, like that's what it feels like. It's like, hey, we have
that's what
Marvel.
Fortnite feels like too. I'm gonna say as well, just to be very clear.
No, I agree. More than anything. I agree. I mean, that's part of the reason I wanted to get into Fortnite, and then I got overwhelmed looking at everything there was, and I was like, all right, nope, can't do that. That's not for me. Like, I'm backing out of that one. But like, Magic has a story. I love the One Piece card game. If the One Piece card game out of nowhere said, hey, we're doing a one-time only set with My Hero Academia characters instead, I'd back out. I'd say, no, this is not what I signed up for. Like, that's not it.
And there's a whole nother anime game that has all of the characters anyway. So like,
yeah.
Okay. You know, in a monster movie where the werewolf is like attacking and then like the werewolf's girlfriend steps in front of it and it hesitates for a minute.
Yeah.
And then goes another direction.
Yeah. That's
what Magic is. Like, the thing we loved about Magic is still in there. Tarkir Dragonstorm, have you looked at that set, Caleb?
I'm going to be so real with you. I've looked at the list. And I think it's gotten to the point where everything around it was so exhausting to me that even looking at that list, I was like, this is objectively good. I cannot bring myself to care.
And I agree with you, but if you look at that set in a vacuum, that feels like Magic 5 years ago.
Agreed. 1000%.
That's what I'm saying is like the thing we loved, the man we fell in love with is still in the beast. And will still show its face at times. It's not dead, but it is surrounded by consumption incarnate. Gavin. And some of the mechanics of the cards they make are neat, but like I also can't bring myself to care, but I don't want to act like the Magic I love is gone because I loved seeing spoilers for the new Tarkir set, even though I haven't looked at anything in like the better part of a year. And I'm not going to buy anything, but like it brought me joy to see card releases that felt like home.
Yeah. Hey, Gavin Verhey, I know you listen. Come here. Come close. Come close, Gavin. Just release Strixhaven 2. I'll get back in it. Just release Strixhaven 2.
Okay, Gavin. Hey, come over here now, Gavin. I know you listen, Gavin Verhey. So, Gavin, Strixhaven may have been, in my heart, one of the better sets ever made.
It was like a perfect set.
It was the first time you did the bonus sheet where you had all those instants and sorceries with the new skins.
So
those
good.
are my favorite arts for a lot of those cards. And Strixhaven's gameplay was fine. It was all right. But like the joy of cracking those packs and opening those decks, Gavin, thank you.
Hey, Gavin, by the way, can you just like make a good Innistrad set again?
Ooh.
Gavin, I'm not going to lie, I don't want another Innistrad set. Even if you can make it good, do a second Duskmourn.
Oh, yeah. Second Duskmourn would be good. Maybe we go outside the house, Gavin. What's outside?
Hey, Gavin. Gavin, can you come back over here? What do you think about Marvel Snap?
Sammy, do you have anything to say to Gavin? Do you know who Gavin is?
You ever seen Gavin Verhey?
I have not.
He's a designer at Wizards of the Coast for Magic the Gathering.
Him and Mark Rosewater are responsible for some of the most banger sets ever.
Agreed. So you have anything you want from Gavin?
Bring in Pokemon.
Unironically, if they did a set where they made a creature card for every Pokemon, like it would have to be multiple sets, but like a Gen 1 set where they made creatures for Pokemon and characters and they went through the generations, I would actually buy those. Unironically, they'd get me. They'd hook me. They'd have me.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yes.
There is one secret layer that if they released it, I would buy it. And it's a Legend of Zelda secret layer. Buy it sight unseen. Wouldn't even have to look at what the cards were. I'd buy it.
And that's the real thing to think about is like, man, I talk a big game, but the moment they release a Universes Beyond for a thing I adore, I will be purchasing again.
But part of that is also, part of that is also like unique art is cool.
Yeah.
And so being able to buy the cool art, worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a gold token with a rupee on it. Hell yeah, I'm there.
Oh, that'd be really good. That'd be really good. The Master Sword is an equipment. For sure.
Absolutely. And Link is I would say Link is probably Selesnya, maybe Naya.
Yeah. I think depending on the game, he might be Naya, but Selesnya for sure.
Like a Naya equipment commander?
Yeah, it's been done before, but it makes the most sense for Link.
Yeah. Because imagine like you get the Twilight Princess, the spinner. A little spinning top.
He gets
doing
flying.
some wall rides.
They do a different
flying.
Link for each, like they do a Link to the Past Link, they do a Toon Link, they do a
Well, yeah, each of them they wouldn't be called Link. They would be like the Hero of Time, the Hero of
Hero
Twilight,
of Time, the Hero of the
Hero of
Wild.
Wind.
Yeah, it would be Link, Hero of Twilight, Link, Hero of Time. Like that's how they would spin that, and each one of them would have a different color identity.
Fun fact.
Crazy. Dark Link.
Oh, I think when they do the Pokemon set, though, I know the trainers will obviously be legendary creatures, but I think certain Pokemon should be legendary. Obviously, the legendary Pokemon, so they can be your commanders.
Charizard.
But I would rule 0 certain Pokemon to be my commander just for the sake of having the deck, right?
Yeah. I feel like they would do it like the Pokemon card game seemingly does it, where they also have very limited Pokemon. It seems like the designers of the Pokemon card game are just like, these are the Pokemon that I like, so we're gonna make cards of them.
Yeah. And it's funny, on the full other side of game development, you have Yu-Gi-Oh, where every single set they say, okay, what new tools can we give existing things to make them stupid strong? And what new thing can we make that's stupid strong? Yu-Gi-Oh is just power creep incarnate, but it's actually really fun to get in there sometimes and just see what it's like. I will play Yu-Gi-Oh every couple of months online just to feel the thrill of comboing off every game.
I mean, yeah. Blue Eyes White Dragon's Arian, so I stole that from Allie Beardsley, to be clear.
That's okay. Good.
Pop quiz. In the full Zelda timeline, if they wanted to do a secret layer with one link for every link that there's been in the Zelda timeline, how many unique cards would there need to be?
8.
Are we talking about like the shadow links as well?
No. Because okay, for just to make sure, like Hero Shade is in Twilight Princess, and that is fun fact. I don't know if Cordell knows this. Canonically, the hero from Ocarina of Time that has grown old and died and is now coming back to teach the new Link the moves.
Is it 5?
It's not 5.
Maybe 6?
So, fun fact, it's 12. There have been 12
Okay.
different links. Yeah. That's good.
Run them down, Caleb.
All right, so Link in The Legend of Zelda and the Adventure of Link, that is the same Link in Zelda 1 and Zelda 2.
Mhm.
There is then a link, the same Link in the Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, and the Oracle games. So
Okay,
that's
yeah.
4 games for one Link. So far, he's the front runner for the amount. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask,
Same link.
Link in 4 Swords, and then Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass, 4 Swords Adventures, which is a different Link from 4 Swords.
Damn. Okay, there's 6.
Minish Cap
Is a different one?
is a different one.
Damn.
Twilight Princess, Spirit Tracks, Skyward
I
Sword.
thought Spirit Tracks was connected to Wind Waker.
No, it's actually separate. It's weird because they should be connected, but they're separate. Yeah, and then Skyward Sword, and then Link Between Worlds and Triforce Heroes is the same. And then the most recent one, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
Science rules, dude. Science rules. Bill Nye the
Science
Science
rules.
Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Boo.
Caleb, you said originally you had a plan for this.
Yes, I do. So, okay, there has been a recent debate going on online, and there are some facets of that debate that I think are not being explored. I don't know if either of you have seen the meme of what wins in a fight, 1 gorilla or 100 men.
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen this.
You haven't?
Okay, so there's so many aspects. Okay. My assumption is 100 average men. Like whatever the average of all men is, that is what you get. 100 of.
Okay.
And in that case, gorilla kicks ass every time.
Yes. I think I agree. Now 100 John Cenas. I think that gorilla's having trouble.
I think people underestimate the exhaustion of physical combat. A gorilla mows through a lot of dudes easily, but the gorilla will get tired. And I think it's about attacking in waves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the small bits. Now, I'm not saying that the 100 dudes will beat the gorilla in the fight, but the gorilla will lose the ability to fight before it gets through all 100.
Also, Wilder's freaking out about something. I'll be right back. I'm going to go check
It's
on
the
him.
gorilla. It heard you talking.
Probably. So I'll be right back. Please keep discussing.
Well, so
many
just to remember, where I think we're on the same page in this other argument, but just to remember, where are you in the argument of a billion lions versus one of every Pokemon?
A billion lions.
Versus one of every Pokemon. Yeah, 100%. Easily.
There's a Pokemon that's God. There's a Pokemon that manipulates time, space. Like, it's lava.
Yes.
It's over.
100%.
So
And Caleb, remind me where you are on this position. The other question being a billion Pokemon. Excuse me, a billion lions versus one of every Pokemon.
One of every Pokemon wins.
Yeah. Okay. We're all on the same page.
So,
just wanted to reiterate that.
You put Arceus up there. Like, that could be the first one.
He's
and
literally gone.
Game over. Like,
yeah. Well, you got God, you got Satan, you got Jesus.
yeah.
You got Ditto.
Like, literally, even just Lightning Rat, that easily clears, like,
Easily.
100 lions.
But yes, so I think a lot of people's reasoning for the lions is how we as the human side are going to win against the gorillas. Of like, you're just like you said, Cordell, we're just going to overtake it with numbers.
Yep.
It doesn't have it can't shoot lightning. It can't seismic toss somebody over the moon. It's just a gorilla.
But I think saying attacking in waves implies that there is time to prepare and time to strategize. And
Don't do
here's
the
thing.
Batman prepare thing.
Yeah, I was about to say this is the Batman thing.
Yeah.
Oh, with
But
lead
yeah.
time, Batman wins.
Yeah, but that's what I think. The 100 men, if you give 100 men time, absolutely they win. If you give them time to plan, 100% they win. But I'm thinking like a silverback gorilla destroys 100 guys. It does not matter.
How many men do you think it takes to fully encircle a silverback gorilla?
Fully
up close
encircle.
Get around it. 6, 8?
Silverback gorilla is about my size. So if you want
4, 5.
I would say 6.
Okay.
Because you want
That's
comfortable distance. Because here's the thing, I was telling my friends last night when we were discussing this. You don't want a silverback gorilla grabbing you by the balls and ripping them off. So you want to give some
Speak for yourself.
distance. You want to give some okay, well maybe Cordell does. So Cordell can get up close and personal with that silverback and get his rocks off quite literally. But there's some things that you just don't want to risk early on, you know? And also it's a gorilla. So who's to say it does not pick up a dead body and start using that as a weapon, which makes it even more deadly.
The reason I ask about the encircling is because you can get 16 layers of people. Like if it's a circle of 6 around the gorilla, each trying to fight it, and it has to wrestle them all off, and then another circle and another circle, you get 16 waves of that. So let's assume for half of that time that there is no structure to the human fight. The longer the fight goes, the more tired the gorilla gets, and the more the dudes not right up in the fray have time to think. So even with no lead time, our ability to think our way around a situation means that we develop a strategy by a quarter to a midway through the fight. So the gorilla, even if it takes down 50 dudes before we have any strategy, is exhausted from beating 50 dudes in a fight. And then we have a strategy where we circle it and weigh it down and tire it out. Like, I still think 100 dudes wins. 50, questionable.
So then here's my next question that I asked my friends, because I know I haven't answered this. What is the lowest number of average men possible where at least one survives and they beat the gorilla? And survives means they walk away, I would say, in fairly good health. Broken arm, fine. That's okay. But like, not like they're going to go to the hospital and maybe die.
60.
Why is this just a Mr. Beast video? I put 100 men up against one gorilla to see which would die.
Right.
I put
The
everyone
winner
from
walks
age
away
1
with
to 100 against one gorilla. How long does the 1-year-old last?
The gorilla has $1 million strapped to its chest. Whoever survives gets the $1 million.
Honestly, like, I feel like people have a generally good idea of how strong a gorilla is. But I think we've lost the plot of what adrenaline does to a human body here. Like, the human body can do incredible things when there's enough adrenaline coursing through it, and your average adult man can do damage when adrenaline's pumping. So, like, I really think we are, like, yeah, 1v1 gorilla solos. Easy. But you mix us up, you get a group around it. I really think the gorilla has a far harder time than we're giving it credit for.
So here is my counterpoint. Silverback gorillas also produce adrenaline.
Okay.
Here's my counterpoint.
My point still stands that we
I
are
agree.
stronger in this
I agree with you.
scenario
Let me
than we give
get a
credit for.
good picture
Here's
of
my
these silverback
counterpoint.
gorillas.
What's your counterpoint?
We give the gorilla a gun.
Does the gorilla know how to use the gun?
No.
No
But
good.
you know what?
Okay,
You know what
from
gun
a preliminary
what kind of gun?
Google search though. Gorillas, silverback gorillas are approximately, again, there was a very quick search, are 27 times stronger than a human male. So even if they had a pistol whipping somebody with that would be instant death.
I think they could actually knock your head off your shoulders.
I think they could. So, okay, if they're approximately 27 times stronger.
Okay.
I think the minimum amount you would need to beat a gorilla with one person surviving is 150. Because I agree with Cordell that adrenaline does play a factor. But I also think fear plays an equal factor. And I know for me, if I see a silverback gorilla kill somebody, I'm not going near it. I'm going to back up. And then that gorilla is going to get that moment to possibly charge in and do more. So I think adrenaline and fear are both at play.
Bring me my brown pants.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the problem is there's so many variables in any given fight that like it's really tough to actually hash this out.
Yeah,
which I think is what makes it like a fun kind of internet debate.
So I need you to know that this is the sort of conversation I would have with clients at my job all the dang time to entertain them. They'd be like getting aggressive or talking about things they shouldn't. I'd be like, okay, y'all, what's the biggest animal you think you could beat in a fight? One-on-one, hand-to-hand. Like that sort of conversation gets 30 minutes down the drain. Easy.
Squirrel.
That checks out, Caleb. I always say ostrich, and people talk about me. People look at me like I'm insane when I think I could fight an ostrich. I think I could do it.
I'm sorry, squirrel too big.
Small dog.
No, I would feel really bad. I wouldn't be able to kick a small dog. Here's the problem, because I think about this, and then I think of the Shane Top TikTok of how animals would beat him in a fight. And I think of Squirrel, where at one point he said, "Squirrel, this is easy. It would crawl up my ass and I would die." And I think about that and I'm worried about it crawling up my ass.
I saw a video recently of a mom who was talking about her son came home from school and he said, "I learned that octopuses can squeeze through really small spaces and that makes me scared to go in the ocean." She's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because I don't want one going up my butt crack." And have that new fear.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. I hate that.
All we are octopuses that are controlling meat sacks from their buttholes.
Ant.
All we are is
ant. That's the biggest I think I could beat confidently.
Your ant?
No, what? no. Like an ant, like an insect, like a bug's life. No, wait, that means they can unionize. Oh, frick.
Yeah, idiot.
Ant too big. Hold on.
Water bears are invincible.
Too small. Could sneak up my ass and kill me.
Yeah, they don't live long enough though.
Got a point. Yeah, you're right. Mayfly, and I just let nature take its course and avoid it.
Yeah. Like that one slug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the slug, Cordell?
Do you know about the slug?
Is this the I'm immortal slug?
Yeah, the I'm immortal slug. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw, yeah. It's a good one.
It's classic. A classic. It's like it follows.
I would use that power to live a good 80 years of life, healthy and fit, and then just let it kill me. Like I would just get a normal lifespan, healthy, and then go and the people I love are gone. Like I feel like it's that easy. I ain't trying to live forever. I'm just trying to live healthy.
Exactly. Same. I think I'm going to do something a little bit early. I'm going to read an email from Fielding.
Fieldo.
This is an email that we need to discuss a little bit.
Okay.
No, that's
definitely
cool.
something that
That's
we
not
need to
my
talk
job or
about.
anything. That's fine.
Yeah, and I'm reading it because there is an emphasis that needs to be placed on it.
Okay.
And I understand. I've been asked this question before. Y'all have not.
Mm.
House. What if the world was ending, but it was like chill? Let me know what you think. Thank you for subscribing to my new What If Did You Know DLC. Anything is possible, except for faster than light travel.
I'm glad Did You Know finally got that DLC.
Mm-hmm.
It's been needing
What
it.
if is going to be fun? What if is going to be a fun DLC? But yeah, what would y'all? Yeah,
Is it
world
like?
ended, but it was like chill.
Is it like?
want
Oh, I know the
serious-
world is. What'd you say, Caleb?
I was about to say, is this a serious answer or a funny answer? Or both?
I mean, what if the world was ending, but it was like chill?
How much notice do we have? Like, do I know the world's ending? Is it a slow end? Is it a fast end?
Okay, I'm trying to think of the most chill time frame, okay?
It's just
like
chill. It's
like a month?
It's just chill.
Like a month?
It's a vibe, dude. Like it's chill.
Okay, if it's chill, then I'm gonna like just chill.
Honestly, like I'd be fine with it. Like I would just be hanging out, be with the buds.
Right.
It would be pretty
Presumably,
chill. I wouldn't
this
be
is an
I
end
wouldn't
of
be
the
upset.
world where we like have some kind of chill out effect where we can't panic about it. So I'd just be chilling.
I'm allowing myself this one not chill thing because it's something I've always wanted to do, but it's not chill, okay? But the world's ending, so it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Yeah.
I want to feel the experience of what it's like to max out a credit card, okay? I'm never going to do that.
No, that's chill.
pretty chill.
That's
That's
chill.
chill as fuck.
I'm going to max it out. I'm going to buy like anything I want.
Yeah. Yeah, what restaurants we going to? Like,
Oh my
it's the
God.
end of the world. It's chill.
Taco
God.
Bell has
Good.
chicken nuggets in their
Ooh.
back, and I love those chicken nuggets. So I might go
The
get
taco-
some
yeah,
for
that's
lunch
true.
after
Oh,
this, and
oh,
that's
yeah.
chill as fuck.
Okay, yeah.
Why
Like-
don't
Taco
I
Bell
think we do a
lunch,
bang
Olive
bang.
Garden dinner.
Oh my gosh!
I think
Soup.
no, it's not, we're going to do the ultimate. It's not a bang bang. We're going to do a bang 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 bang.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what a
Bang
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 shrimp.
is? Do you know
No.
a bang bang is where you eat a full meal, then you go to a second restaurant directly after and eat a second full meal.
I
So
think
it's the
we've
end of the
made this
world. It's
joke
chill.
before.
We just
I
like-
remember this. We made this
Bang
joke.
bang 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 bang.
You brought this up before, and I said that's a Tuesday, and I just want to let y'all know that I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing the whole. I have a rewards at Taco Bell, but I want Arby's, so I'm going to go get Arby's and then get my reward at Taco Bell.
I have learned a genuine
But if it's the end of
joy.
the world.
Yeah, this is counter to the funny end of the world talk. I found a genuine joy in learning to savor what I eat more rather than just eating more.
That's what I'm trying to teach
Like-
myself to do.
I've been focusing a lot on balance and on pursuing what is like just good, right? It's not like I'm not trying to be like health crazy, but I'm simply trying to treat myself better. And part of that is
Yeah.
enjoying what I eat and consume more than consuming a large amount because that's what I'm used to. It's been beautiful.
But if
Okay,
it's the end of the world and it's
It's
chill,
the end of the
then it's a
world.
bang,
Hear
bang,
me out.
bang.
it's a bang bang bang. But also hear me out. What's a food that you like, but it treats you badly when you eat it? Because for me, that's eating a lot of cheese, especially like expensive cheeses. For some reason, they mess with my stomach more. Probably because I'm stressed about how much money was spent on cheese.
Okay, I want to rescind and change my food choices.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to an all-you-can-eat. Like, actually, it doesn't even need to be all-you-can-eat. I'm going to a sushi restaurant, and I'm getting unlimited seaweed salad and unlimited sushi. And
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
just
Oh my
sushi in it
God.
because seaweed salad is
Oh.
wonderful. But have you ever eaten seaweed salad, friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you know that poop after eating seaweed salad.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's just like the salad's just.
Imagine if you
back.
never have to take that though.
Right, exactly.
You
So I
gotta
eat
take
all
that-
the seaweed salad in the world and never have to see what happens in response.
That's pretty chill.
I also
chill.
have, this is sad. update news in the world of Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
No.
Our hot pot and Korean barbecue restaurant's closing this week.
No.
They surprise announced, and they said they're going to try to open it as an all-you-can-eat sushi place.
Oh.
But here's the problem. The building they're in is just cursed, so it's never gonna. It's one of those things where it's like, it feels like since I've moved here, which is not that long ago, there's been at least 3 restaurants that I can think of and name, you know? Like, it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
Also, I agree with you, Cordell, though, that going to an all-you-can-eat place, you know what? Sammy, you're not too far from it. Let's all go to the Bacchanal. This is a buffet in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yo.
That is $80 a person. And, like, supposedly the world's greatest buffet.
For $80, it's gotta be.
I'm also close to the Casa Bonita.
Sammy.
We gotta go to
Eventually, we will come out and visit you, and we will have to go to the Casa Bonita.
Cordell, do you know about the Casa Bonita?
No.
It's the Casa Bonita.
It's the Casa Bonita. You know what medieval times is?
Yeah.
Imagine that with like divers and more Casa Bonita. It was purchased by, I think, Trey Parker.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone, yeah.
Oh, it was
South Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was kind of like, it was just a dinner theater performance thing that went out of business, and they brought it back, and I think it's the plates are only $40.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it came because there was a joke in South Park that one of the South Park kids wanted to go to Casa Bonita for their birthday. And then they went there and it was a shitty experience and they hated it. And it was like talking about how horrible it can be to go to a dinner theater.
That's
And then, so then after it closed down, they bought it and then made it good. Because they also said there was stuff at Casa Bonita. Like they were like, I heard there's divers, people diving into waterfalls and stuff like that. That just never existed there. So they bought it and renovated it
And
to
did all
include
that.
every exaggerated joke they made in South Park.
And now it's actually crazy and cool. And
Oh, of
people
course,
go there
of
all the
course.
time.
So
Thanks,
I-
South Park.
just told a gorilla what everyone's been discussing. He asked how many humans we thought it'd take to befriend him. When I told him nobody thought to ask that, he got super bummed out. Hope you're proud of yourselves. Just saw that tweet, and I think that should end the gorilla debate for once and for all. Gorillas love
so,
love,
I think
and we're
so.
trying to kill him. What's that about? What's that about?
Yeah.
Examine your
Can I-
heart.
Can I go behind
it's
the
in
bit?
the world and it's chill. Like I chill with that gorilla.
Can I go behind the bit for a second? Because this is another thing I would do if the world was ending. It was chill. Is I would explain all the jokes I was gonna make, but I couldn't quite make them work, so I didn't. I've been trying to figure out what it would be like when it's like, could one gorilla beat 100 guys? I've been trying to figure out like how to make a joke about like, did anybody ask the gorilla consent about beating off 100 guys? Did anybody check with the gorilla about that?
Caleb, that's the joke. That's it right there. You
Yeah,
did
but
it.
then I would have to get somebody to say beat off, and then it wouldn't
Oh.
be fun. I wouldn't have to. Okay, so
No,
that's the joke.
Because
Okay.
just if I say I'm gonna beat you, it's like, can I watch? Like it's that easy, you know. You can just add the off to your joke, and it's funny. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, then hold on? Can one of you ask about can a gorilla beat 100 guys, and then I'll do it, and we can see what it would have felt like.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
This is Caleb uses the thing he almost got a degree for.
The Caleb uses the thing. You almost got to agree with. Actually, can Sammy do it? Because like I feel like I want Sammy to ask.
Oh, okay.
You know, because I
So-
feel like it'll be funny.
So do
Okay.
you even think that a gorilla could beat 100 men?
Did anybody ask the gorilla if he wanted to beat off 100 guys? Anybody think about the cleanup that comes from beating off 100 guys? Huh?
Consent is important.
there is a lot of cleanup involved. And do you think the gorilla is down to just open palm masturbate off 100 men? Huh?
That gorilla will go into
that
gorilla will go into the same Hall of Fame as that woman who slept with 100 dudes in one day. They'll be talking about their experiences together.
They'll start a podcast.
Oh yes,
call
yes.
it Gorilla Glue.
That's
Gorilla Grip. It's right
Gorilla
there.
Grip.
Gorilla
That's
Grip. It's right there.
Can you imagine the smell? Like, not even as a joke, not even a funny thing.
God.
Can you imagine what that
think
room
about
had to
that.
have smelled like?
Oh God. Hey, we could wrap things up. Speaking of literally anything else, Psychobilly Freak Out by the Reverend Horton Heat off the album Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em. You know what? You may need 100 men to beat off one gorilla, but no, wait, sorry, I accidentally almost That was
Well, if you
accidental.
like this episode and if you want to approve of what Caleb just said, you can like us and
Jesus
review us on
Christ.
Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We also have a YouTube.
I
Click
have
on there
regrets.
for us. Yeah.
It would conclusively take 100 gorillas to beat me off. We read Fielding's email earlier. If you want to email us, do that at junkhousemailbox@gmail.com.
And as we say every week, I
I
guess.
was gonna say it only takes 100 guys to beat a gorilla, but it only takes one Reverend Horton Heat. That's what I was gonna say. I didn't want to imply that Reverend Horton Heat masturbates gorillas.
It's a psychobilly freak out.